We will now try get problem. Probably it came in 2015. The CSMA City from the CSMA City network. Okay. So it is given that consider a CSMA network. Consider a CSMA City network that transmit data at a rate of 100 Mbps, that is 10 to the power 8 bits per second, okay, over 1 kilometer cable with no repeaters. Okay, if the maximum frame size, required for this network is 1250 bytes, what is the signal speed, okay, in kilometer per second in the cable? So I repeat, consider a CSMA City network that transmit data at a rate of 100 Mbps, that is 10 to the power 8 bits per second, over 1 kilometer cable with no repeaters. If the maximum frame size required for this network is 1250 bytes, what is the signal speed in kilometer per second in the cable? Okay, so options are given: 8,000, another is 10,000, 16,000 and 20,000. These are the four options given. So we know the formula, that is the formula is given like this way. So velocity is nothing but velocity is 2 into d into bandwidth divided by w. Okay, that is the frame size. Okay, so from this we can calculate. Okay, so all the data are given, so let us put the data over here. So 2 into d means here 1 kilometer distance, and bandwidth is given, that is 10 to the power 8 divided by frame size is given. Okay, 1250, this is in bytes, I convert it into bits. Okay, so if you calculate this, you will get 20,000. Okay, so previously I have derived this formula, so you can check from that. Okay, so this is the problem given in some gate from the CSMA CD. Okay, so now we will discuss about another important topic, that is CSMA CS. Okay, that is CSMA CA, sorry, that is carrier sense multiple access collision avoidance. This is CA means collision avoidance. Okay, so before starting this, we have to know the three parameters regarding this CSMA CA. So first one is IFS. Okay, so what is IFS? It is interframe space. So it is interframe IFS space. Basically it is nothing, it is basically period of time. Okay, so it is basically period of time. And there is one thing, another thing, if the IFS value is less, then priority will be high. If IFS value is less, priority will be high. Okay, so this thing we have to consider. Next is contention window. This is also another important thing. It is nothing but amount of time divided into slot. So amount of time divided into slots. Okay, so in this case, if the station finds the channel is busy, it stops the timer and again starts when channel is idle. Okay, so what are the slots divided into slots? So slots is something like that. First it will wait for 1 unit of time, and slot will be exponential in nature. Okay, so first it will it will sit idle for 1 unit of time, then it will be 2, next it will be 4, okay, then it will be 8, and like this. So it is exponential in nature, the slots. Okay, so this is the exponential in nature. So we have learned about IFS and contention window, and another thing you have to know, that is acknowledgement. Okay, so it is either positive or negative. Okay, so positive means data is received by receiver, and negative means it is not received during the allotted time. Okay, so not received during allotted time. Okay, so this is the two things. So next we will draw a diagram, or rather we say we have flowchart, how the CSMA CA basically works. Okay, so we will draw a flowchart, okay, of CSMA CA. So start. Okay, is k equal to 0. Now what is k? K equal to number of attempts. Okay, so it will first check whether the channel is idle or not. So it will check channel is idle. Okay, if it is idle, then it will go on checking. Okay, so it will go on checking whether it is idle or not. So if it is not idle, so if it is no, it will go on checking. And if the channel is idle, that is if it is yes, then it will not immediately transmit data, rather it will wait for IFS time. Wait for IFS time. What is IFS time? Interframe space time. Okay, so we have already discussed here, IFS is interframe space or period of time. So it will wait for some period of time. Okay, and again if it is still idle, then it will do what? Again it will check. So suppose two things may happen. If it is not idle, then maybe during this IFS time till it is not idle, so no. If it is no, it will again check whether channel is idle or not. But if it is still idle, if it is yes, then it will choose random number, choose random number are between 2 to the power k minus 1. Okay, so it is nothing but contention window. So this is nothing, you can say it is contention window. Okay, so it is 2 to the power k minus 1. Okay, so from here it will go to waiting R slot. Wait R slot. Okay, so if it is idle, then it will continue. If it is busy, it will halt and continue when idle. Okay, so after this it will send the frame, send the frame. Okay, next what it will do, it will wait for timeout, wait for timeout. Okay, now we have already seen that there is an acknowledgement, so acknowledgement received. Two conditions may happen, if yes or no. Okay, so if it is yes, that is all window has been sent, so we can say that success. And if it is suppose no, then I will increment k equal to k plus 1 amount of time, and if the value of k is greater than 15, if the value is greater than 15, then failure, and if it is still not, it is incrementing from k is equal to 1 2 3, so it will become no, so it will again go from k this here to this part. Okay, so if it is no, so this is the diagram, okay, of the CSMA CA. So this diagram is important for the exam, you should remember it. Okay, so this is all about CSMA CA. Okay, thank you. Then what is the algorithm of CSMA CA? What is the algorithm of CSMA CA? So we can say that when the frame is ready, okay, the transmission station checks whether channel is busy or idle. Okay, now next point, if it is busy, okay, station waits until channel becomes idle. So third point will be, if it is idle, station waits for this IGP amount of time. Okay, we have IFS amount of interframe gap. Okay, So interference space waits for IFS amount of time, IFS amount of time, okay, and then sends, and then sends, okay. Now after that what will happen? So next what will happen, after sending the frame, it set a timer, okay. Next, the station waits for acknowledgement, okay, from receiver, and if it receives acknowledgement, before expiry of timer, then successful transmission, okay. Otherwise what it will do, it waits for back of time period and restart the algorithm, okay. So what we have studied in flow diagram, just I have written in few words in the algorithm, okay. So what is the advantage of CSMA CD, okay, CSMA CA? So advantage, you can say that prevents collision, and also due to acknowledgement, data is not lost unnecessarily, also it avoids wasteful transmission, and used for wireless transmission. So these are the advantages, that is prevent collision, and due to the acknowledgement, data is not lost unnecessarily, it avoids wasteful transmission, and used for wireless transmission, okay. And what are the disadvantage? So disadvantage is the algorithm calls for long waiting times, and higher power, it has high power consumption, okay. So what are the disadvantage? The algorithm calls for long waiting times and it has high power consumption. So this is all about CSMA CA. Okay, so we have discussed about CSMA CD and CSMA CD, and both are very important for the exam purpose as well as gate purpose. So please go through the videos and study it. Okay, thank you.